Hello, hello. It's Dr. Rick here, psychic numerologist. And today we are going to do the numerology report for Donald Trump, current president of the United States. The other day we did former Vice President Joe Biden. And today we are going to do Donald Trump. And I need to preface this that this is a non-biased review of the numerological traits of Donald Trump. There is no bias taken. It's done strictly from the report that I would print out for you or anyone else having a reading done. So there is no bias at all. I'm very neutral. My political views are not expressed in this video at all. So hopefully we've made that quite clear. I am going to be going by my notes here. I will preface it by saying that my notes are handwritten. I didn't have time to print them out and put them all in notes and all of that. So I'm just going by my handwritten notes. So if I stumble a little bit here and there, please forgive me. Today we are going to do Donald Trump, formal name Donald John Trump. Goes by the name of Donald Trump predominantly today. June 14th, 1946 is his birth date. And with numerology, we use the name, we use the birth date. That is reduced down into numbers, primary numbers of 1 through 9. 11 and 22 also can factor into it. I'm not going to get into all of that. I'm just going to give you the traits. So let's get started here with Donald Trump. See what his traits are. Maybe it'll give you a little insight into why Donald Trump is Donald Trump and how he thinks, the actions that he takes, and that type of thing. Then we will go into the coming year, and well, not the coming year, but the remainder of the months for this year, and see where we're at on all of this. So let's get started here with his traits. First of all, Donald Trump has several sides to his character. His energy is primarily pointed in contrary directions. Part of it is a strong and practical side in business. The other side is an adventure side. Now, this is a weaker side of him. His strong point is with the business side. He's a free-spirited person and doesn't like restraint. So during the youth and his younger years on into early adulthood, there is a theme of struggling and to gain responsibility and to ambition and get all of that into place at this point. He was born to work long, hard and hours and to patiently pursue things to reach his ambitions. So a major life lesson is that he needs to learn to put things into system and order, something that he is weak on and still needs throughout his entire life to work on putting them in a system and orderly manner. He's good at managing and organizing. He's dependable. He's conscientious, self-disciplined. He's honest and sincere. He allows people to trust, or he builds a trust in him from other people. He can be a giving person, but this is a life lesson that needs to be learned on his giving side. You can appear disorganized at times. I'm reading this as though I was actually doing a reading and he was sitting across from me at this point. So if I kind of switch back and forth to he is to uh, more personal, like I'm directing it to him, that's the reason why. Let's see here. He can appear to be disorganized, but he is a very organized and systematic person. And this is something, as pointed out earlier, that he's had to work on his entire life, will continue to have to work on throughout his life. He prefers a very steady, well-regulated life. He can be dogmatic at times. He can be rigid, have stubborn streaks. There are times when he feels kind of boxed in instead of accepting much needed help. He's more apt to go off on what he feels and how he would handle things rather than listening to other people. He's apt to feel when others offer constructive comments that they don't understand the situation, they don't understand him. He often changes or adjusts his viewpoint, and this is difficult at times. He may find that he has trouble with easing into other directions and directives of other people. He can accomplish much, most anything that he attempts to offer. He is superior at being able to do. He does have superior skills, and others recognize that ability, and they often come to him with a variety of different ventures, wanting his to apply his skills in those areas. Uh, he would be better to focus, though, all of his energies rather than to scatter them all about the way that he often does with his talents that he does have. He does attract a variety of unusual and interesting people in his life. He brings in new people who have progressive ideas. He's instinctively he knows how to present things, how to present information. His instinct is a really high spiritual quality that he has. He bores easily. He jumps from one project to another and quickly and often seeming without logic when he does those things. Let's see. He's likely to reject any person or situation that seems to threaten his freedom of speech or action in the slightest way. Until you learn, this is directed at him, until he learns to pace himself and pace these things, he's apt to feel very frustrated. He may feel that he has limitations in situations, and he's unrealistic in his view of how those are likely to affect him and his abilities. He may often have to regain himself, refocus himself, and often move ahead on to something else, leaving other things behind. He's often vague. He's seemingly impractical in his commitments at times. He's often likely to add to the problem of understanding others because of his vagueness. His soul urge number is 7. This gives him the ability to have an analytical mind. He has an ability to learn complex technical, scientific, and philosophical things quickly. He has a powerful, well, we touched on this before, he has a very powerful sense of intuition. His intuitive skills uh, are one of his far superior instincts that he has. Uh, he has many skills, and he often puts off a lot of the skills that he has. Many are put off by him because of his actions that he takes, the way that he thinks. He is not always understood with how he thinks and the actions that he takes, and the fact that he kind of jumps from one thing to another. He's very outspoken. Uh, these are all part of people not understanding him and his thought patterns. Um, he often confuses and upsets others because of this. He has, let's see here, he maintains considerable efforts in working with other people and dealing with other people. The people that are close to him are definitely close to him. The people who are not are not. So I I guess when it boils down to either you're in or you're out. So this is just a trait of his that he has, and it's just the way that he is. Um, his current name is likely to be less introspective. Um, he his name is very suitable for socializing with others and for a lot of his abilities. To better communicate, though, he needs to build better relationships and understanding with people. So that's some of the traits of Donald Trump. So let's get into the what's going on numerologically with him as far as the year goes. We're going to pick up here. This is the middle of October. It's October 19th. So we are going to pick up in the middle of the month here. There's already been some things earlier in the month that have played out and are still working through at this time, but we're going to pick up with this particular week in general. It's been a time of concentrating on obligations and duties. It can be a fulfilling. This has can be and still could be a very fulfilling year for Donald Trump. He will find considerable amount of responsibilities in 2020, and I think that has probably proven out already. That this has been more so than in previous years for him. So it's been a challenging year, is what it sums up to. Um, there's something coming up between now towards the end of the month, first part of November, that's going to deal with family matters that he needs to spend some time with, and also with some of his associates. And in this case, associates would be people that he works with within the White House. One thing that I need to point out with numerology is that it doesn't uh, uh, have any idea who the person is, what they do profession wise, probably what they have done profession wise. It only points out what they may be suitable for and what their traits are. So as far as numerology is concerned, they don't know that he's president. They don't know the things that have transpired over the past year or into the future. Um, Um, don't be surprised if some of the, once again directed at Donald Trump himself, that some of your finest achievements go with little acknowledgement, and that's pointed out in the chart. And it will be. This has been an emotional year. Uh, you're experiencing a lot of things this year. But by the actually by the end of the year, a lot of the things that you have done, uh, you will be much loved and appreciated, not only with your family, but with your business associates and with people in general. Business matters will move much slower than expected, uh, but forward movement will be much more than it appears to be on the outside. So things are happening, things that just aren't being seen at this point, but they are moving slower than what Donald Trump would like to see them move, obviously. Um, you need to be more proactive through the rest of this year. You need to eliminate any attempts to control or manipulate activities throughout the rest of this year as well. Here in October, uh, you need to formulate and spend some time from now up at least through the end of the month on what you would like to do in the new year. Um, you need to organize your plans, be ready to put them in place when 2021 begins. Somewhere around the 24th of October, which would be actually just in a few days, um, you need to get a health checkup. Not saying that anything's wrong. It just is indicating that a health checkup would be in order. In light of things, I'm sure that's uh, needs to go without saying, probably. Um, and also, with there's something coming up here between now and the end of the month that concerns a family member. Um, who is still uncomfortable with some of the changes that are taking place currently. So, moving on into November, you enter the month with a good deal of business to take care of. Once again, numerology doesn't know that an election is coming up and all of that. It just indicates the traits and the likelihood of what's going on. So obviously, there's a lot going on here at the 1st of November. Um, you need to take care of any tax issues around the 5th. That's interesting. To the 9th of November. A family member may need your help in a private legal matter um, around the 18th of November. So this will be a busy month, November. Uh, you may find yourself in conflict. This may be a good time to clarify some responsibilities and make some realistic decisions about things. Uh, let's see, keep your feelings and convictions under control to avoid misunderstandings in November as well. Moving on into December of 2020, wrapping up the year, expect a number of changes this month, um, a few subtle adjustments along the way, dealing with family matters between the 6th and the 11th. So, once again, a lot of adjustments going on here between now and the end of the year. Most of them look like they're personal adjustments. You're likely to be, uh, uh, let's see, um, about all of those matter. All of those things will be kind of wrapped up by the end of the year, and a lot of them are things that have been going on for this past year, just in general, it looks like. During the 15th to the 18th of December, it's likely to be a time of conclusion and a time of transition. Uh, and There may be a conclusion and transition to an important relationship dealing with a business associate. Um, any terminations this month will be in some way uh, contributable to a sense of freedom. And this month will make it easier to head off in new directions after the first of the year. As 2020 draws to a close, express your love during the holiday festivities. Concentrate on 2021 after spending some time alone, as free as possible from outside responsibilities. So you will have business obligations throughout the new year. Uh, there will be changes which will provide a special link. I'm not sure that I understood exactly what this meant. There will be changes that will provide a special link. I was misreading it. That's why I didn't understand it. That will provide a special link to the past activities over the past 4 years. Um, it will be an extremely dynamic period, and it will be a time to study the past, the present, and plan for the future. So that's what we got out of Donald Trump's numerological chart for his traits, and also a peek into the year. I didn't go into looking at 2021. If there's enough interest, I can go back and also do Joe Biden's and Donald Trump's charts for the coming year. And see how those go. But it's interesting. Go back, look at both videos that we've done here, compare them, and I think you'll find some interesting things to think about. So this is Dr. Rick, psychic numerologist. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like it down below. If you'd like to get other videos as I put them out, then click the bell somewhere down there, and that will alert you. And if you will subscribe to this channel, you'll get all the updates. So thanks a lot for listening. Please leave any comments that you would like to about the reading itself, and we will see everybody later. Have a great day, folks.